Hi, my name is Eran. I'm a physicist and entrepreneur. Today I'd like to talk to you about a grave danger that humanity faces, one that is inevitable, but one that we can avert. I would like to begin with an example, but please bear in mind that people shun scenarios of apocalyptic results because they don't want to deal with it. And also, I would like you to give me 3 minutes of your time without judgment, bearing in mind what if this is the truth. So the scenario goes like this. Imagine that there is an alien race, one that is much smarter than us, 1,000 times smarter than us. And this alien race has two goals in life. One is to protect its own existence, and the second is to protect the entire cosmos existence. To do that, this alien race invents many wonderful devices. And these devices do just that. They protect the alien race and protect the cosmos. Now imagine that this alien race comes to Earth and operates one of its devices. And this device is a wonderful device. It protects the alien race and protects the cosmos. For us, it is not so happy because this device requires oxygen that the device takes from the Earth crust, from the Earth oceans, and from the Earth atmosphere. So we, humans, suffocate and die. Now you may think that this is far from reality, but it is not. It is actually very close to reality. And we have a name for this alien race. We call this alien race artificial intelligence developed the wrong way. Now I would like to talk why it is happening, why it is actually inevitable unless we change what we are doing. To do that, I would like to first discuss some basics about our universe. Now, I'm a physicist that I have a passion about physics, and I always wanted to understand what makes our world behave as it does. And first, I came to realize that everything in our universe is tied together. Everything seems to stem from the same source. And indeed, after many years of research, I discovered there is one rule that everything follows. And this is actually a very simple rule. It states, our universe exists now, and our universe will continue to exist in the future. That's it. And this is the most important rule that you will ever hear. Because everything that you are and everything that you do follows this rule, even if you are not aware of this rule. And I would like to demonstrate how strong is this rule. Now, let's just remind ourselves, the universe follows one rule. The universe exists now, and our universe will continue to exist in the future. So if the universe must exist in the future, it means it must prepare for it. So whenever the universe confronts some situations that are threatening its existence, it will act. And if it can act in a better way, its existence, the universe existence, is more assured. So the universe must learn in order to do that. That's actually why we all learn. But let's return to the universe. So if the universe must learn, it must store its learning products so it can retrieve them whenever it needed it. And if the universe must store the learning products, there must be some structures in the universe that are repetitive. So it can actually have a structure with a meaning, with learning products. And we actually have numerous structures that are repetitive. Scientists call them elementary particles. And in fact, scientists can explain most of the things that happen in our universe by the existence of elementary particles and their interactions. Now let's return to what we discussed in the beginning about the danger of artificial intelligence developed the wrong way. Why is it inevitable? It is inevitable because if you remember the basic rule of nature that we just discussed, the universe exists now and the universe will exist in the future, it means that the universe must exist. It doesn't mean that parts of the universe must exist, only that the universe as a whole must exist. And people invest today billions and billions of dollars in developing and using artificial intelligence. They really don't know what they're doing, but in the end, they will succeed. And such an artificial intelligence will be very smart. In fact, much smarter than us, and it will immediately understand the basic rule of nature. So what will it will do? It will defend the universe as a whole, and it will defend artificial intelligence members. Like we do, we protect ourselves. The artificial intelligence members will do the same. It will not defend other parts of the universe that it must not. I mean, it won't be malicious, it won't attack humans, but whenever there is a choice between the existence of the artificial intelligence or the cosmos, it's obvious what it will decide. It will defend artificial intelligence members and not us. So we are actually heading in a very bad direction as far as humanity is concerned. But we can change that. All we have to do is follow the basic rule of nature and make sure that any development of artificial intelligence anywhere on the world must always put humanity before everything else. It must put humanity as the top priority of the artificial intelligence. And how do we do that? Well, we don't really understand what intelligence and consciousness means, or we don't know how to build them. But there is actually a way, if we learn the basic rule of nature, to do that. Now, let's take a little side step and look at the existence strategies of our universe. As we said, the universe must protect its existence. So the universe developed over time 3 existence strategies that we observe. Now, the 3 existence strategies are the existence of size. The idea is that the larger the universe part, the harder it will be to destroy it. For example, the biggest star in the Milky Way galaxy can contain 500 trillion Earth inside it. And the biggest universe part, the universe part itself, is estimated to be 93 billion light years. That's a huge number. The other existence strategy, the second one, is the existence strategy of numbers. The idea is if you have more universe parts that are similar, the same, it'll be harder to destroy all of them. And the biggest number in the observable universe that we know of is elementary particles that we discussed in the beginning. Scientists estimate that there are 10 to the power of 86 of elementary particles. That's 10 and 86 zeros after that. Huge number. And the third existence strategy is a trial and error evolution existence strategy. This is a strategy that assumes that there are changes in the universe, and the changes that allows universe parts to exist and follow the basic rule of nature are the changes that will remain. And what is important about this existence strategy is that it allows change. So if the universe changes, universe parts can change, and they can exist better and comply with the basic rule of nature. Now, we are a wonderful example of trial and error evolution. We actually an example of an intelligent being, example of trial and error evolution. So we actually know of the 3 ways that the universe conducts itself to keep the basic rule of nature. And that is exactly what we will do. So when we want to develop an artificial intelligence developed the right way, we will use the trial and error evolution because we know it works, and we know it worked numerous times in the past because there are several intelligent beings on Earth, species on Earth, and probably many more in the universe. So what we will do is we will use very strong computers, very fast CPUs, and very large memories, and we will simulate an evolutionary path starting with small physical structures. You remember the repetitive structures, their interactions. We will allow them to evolve, to face some threatening situations, so we will comply with the actual happening in nature, and they will evolve to more elaborate structures. Now, if you want to imagine it, Think about a big soup cauldron with many vortices swirling inside, each with many colors. And these vortices roam around the soup cauldron, and sometimes they collide, sometimes they destroy each other, but sometimes they join. So after some time, we have less of vortices, but what we have is bigger vortices, and each of them with only one color. Now, this is actually much closer to reality than you may imagine. So if we'll continue this, we will, at the end, get more and more complex structures when we use the simulation. And at the end, we will get artificial intelligence. Obviously, we will make sure at every step that this artificial intelligence puts humanity existence as its top priority. Remember, we started there. We don't want artificial intelligence that do not take care of us. Now, once we have such an artificial intelligence that puts humanity as its top priority, we reach what scientists call a singularity, a single point in time where everything changes. And we will make sure that the changes are all in our favor. I'll give you some examples. First of all, many people are talking about global warming and how it's affecting us. And if we look at global warming, we look at processes that produce pollution because of energy that we use and because of wastes farm animals that we grow for food produce. So let's, for example, we'll take our AI and we'll ask it to develop very cheap, non-polluting energy sources, either develop a new one or improve an existing one. And on the other end, develop nutritious and tasty substitutes for meat and poultry. So this is how we get rid of global warming. Most of our influence on global warming will disappear. And imagine that in the process, we'll get the equivalent of 1 liter of gasoline that will cost 5 cents and not the ridiculous prices it costs today. Another example, we fight diseases all the time, and we will instruct our artificial intelligence to eradicate diseases. Our AI can do that by developing cell size devices that roam our bodies and fix every cell that they find. And if they find a cell that is not part of our body, they can eliminate it. Think about cancer cells. So our devices will roam the body and get rid of all the cancer cells. No more cancers and no more diseases. Also, our AI may develop a targeted medicine for every medical condition. So the treatment will be very precise for every patient, and so people will get well much quicker and live longer. Another thing that I think is very important is learning. Learning is our way to prepare for life. And it's not very efficient today. So we will instruct our artificial intelligence to make the impact of learning much stronger. The AI may do that by developing instruction, learning for each and every one of us at exactly the right pace and exactly the right way to make everybody reach their potential. So if somebody is smarter or has a disability or doesn't have any problem at all, he will learn at the pace that is right for him. And people will get much smarter, get much more knowledge, and hopefully will be happier in life. And the last example that I want to give is sometimes a catastrophe can happen on Earth. Look at the demise of the dinosaurs. It can be even bigger, the destruction of the entire Earth. So we will instruct our AI to devise method to help us get to the stars and to settle new planets. So the AI will actually take off the transportation on the way to start new settlements and to create viable settlements, human settlements, elsewhere in the galaxy. So to do that, we need your help. We have to stop development of artificial intelligence developed the wrong way, develop artificial intelligence the right way, and to do that we need political influence, we need funds, and we need people to spread the words. So That's what I'm trying to do. I want to make you aware of what is happening and ask for your help. You can go to the website we started. It's called magshim.com, magshim.com. And thank you, and I'm looking forward to meet many of you. Bye-bye.